I'm going to be filming this in small sections. And for all of you that know all about prepping and have been prepping for years, this video isn't really for you unless you think it can help somebody that you know. I bought all of these items on the 5th except for this beef stew and the canned chicken. And what I'm trying to do, I think, or I'm hoping and praying that some people are beginning to wake up to the reality that we may be fixing some hardships. So this is hopefully going to be a video that will answer questions like, what is prepping? Why does somebody need to prep? And how do you prep? This is not going to be an all-inclusive, or else it would be 2 hours long. But I am going to try to give as much information as I can in the shortest amount of time. If you've never done this before, you're slowly waking up to, hey, something ain't right, then let me give you some basics, some suggestions and basics to begin your prepping journey. The best way that, in my opinion, to begin a prepping journey is to buy you some food, like canned food, that has some shelf stability. It's shelf stable. It doesn't have to go in the refrigerator. It doesn't have to go in the freezer. And again, before anybody jumps on and said, I wouldn't have bought that, then fine, don't. These are suggestions. Beans and rice and pastas are great filler sources. And sometimes just beans and rice by themselves will make a meal. I am showing you the beans are going to be showing they can substitute for your protein if you can't afford meat, which some of the meat prices are ridiculous. So this, here again, it's just an example. Each of those cans of beans were 82 cents a piece. And I just chose some. Navy beans, they're very versatile. The Great Northern beans, pinto beans, cannelli beans. And of course the ever so popular dry beans of whatever version. I just happened to have ordered, and I didn't even need to buy this because I've got beans. But I wanted to show you, this is a 1 pound bag of beans, dry beans, and it's $1.24 right now. This is a 1 pound bag of the white rice. They tell me is what stores a little better. And it's a, let's see, this is a 1 pound, it's 92 cents. The pasta, each of those are 98 cents a piece. Now, I didn't buy this yesterday. I pulled it off my shelf to give you an example of what might begin your journey. If you wanted to add some more meat or protein, right today, this Armour beef stew, and there's other beef stews as well. The dust on that because I pulled it out of my pantry. But right this moment, that beef stew is $3.12 for a 20-ounce can. And a 4-pack of chicken, I pulled this off my shelf too, so ignore the dates. I normally buy the 4 packs because you can get the best deal in that particular case. And I was shocked to see when I looked this up, this has gone, for a 4-pack, has gone down to $8.72. And it had been at $10, give or take. So this is an idea how to get started. And I don't know if any of y'all can see this. Yes, I did a spreadsheet. For $26.78. Now that doesn't include sales taxes because sales taxes vary. But for $28, say even $29, or even round it to $30. For $30 you can begin your prepping with this. Okay? Now I'm going to go a little bit further, but this is a good beginning. And the whole purpose of prepping too is buy it, try to stick it in an out-of-way place in your pantry, the darkest, coolest place that you have available. That may be under your bed, that may be in the closet, that may be in a pantry, it may be in a cellar, it may be in a basement. You get the idea. You want it in as cool and dry and dark a place as you can get it. But some of us don't even have that choice. So here's the beginning. Let's just say, including taxes, that's $30. And stick that aside and consider that to be your prepping. You're prepping for the month, or preferably if you can do it by the week, then imagine this much food times 52. 52 weeks. That's a lot of food that'll help you later. But even if it's once a month, put it aside. You'll be shocked how many meals this will make if you combine them all together. That may sound horrible, but you can take the rice, for example, cook you some rice and put that whole can of stew in, and you've got several meals, not just one. But anyhow, this is going to be a video here about why prep, what you should prep for, how you should do it. I'm going to show, I've done a comparison here. These are all items that I have personally bought, and it's going to be a comparison with today. The first item of each thing will be today's price that I just now got off of Walmart, and then the next one that shows the other price would be the price that it was back in 2021, and normally at the end of 2021. But anyway, and I'm just doing random things because these price comparisons, not everyone is a prepper. Not everybody's ever going to be a prepper. But this is a 20-pound bag of the 9 Lives Daily Essential Cat Food. It's $19.48 right this moment at Walmart.com. Back in 2021, this was a 20-pound bag for $13.54. Here is Hearst Cajun ham beans. Today, $2.82 for, I think it was 1 pound. And it was $2.16 for, well, actually it was 20 ounce. So that's not a huge increase. And it's not always about how much the increase is. Here's some, why did I put that first? Here's today. I did it backwards. I did this one backwards. This is some AC Delco Super Alkaline AA batteries. Today at Walmart.com is $29. And whenever I bought them in 2021, they were $12.80 for the same thing. That's quite an increase, people, from $12.80 to $29 today. All right, here's baking soda, 1 pound. The Arm & Hammer was $1.47. In 2021, it was 92 cents. Here is today the Bertolli Extra Virgin Olive Oil for $10.98. And in 2021, it was $4.76. Same 25.4 ounces. Campbell's condensed cream of mushroom soup. Today, $1.26. And in 21, it was 98 cents each. I bought 2 of them. All right, here's the 2-pack of the canned chicken. $5 today for the 2-pack. And it was $3.98 for the 2-pack in 2021. All right, today is the Luann 100% pure coconut, $4.94. Well, whenever I bought it in 1991 or 21, it was $3.68. Here's Armour corned beef hash. Today, $2.48. In 2021, the exact same thing was $1.88. Here's the Walmart brand, and this surprises me that the Walmart brand, the Great Value, is actually more expensive than the Armour. This is $2.96 today for 14 ounce. In 2021, it was $1.74 for the same size. This one is a killer too. Here's Dawn. Dawn Ultra Dishwashing Liquid, 75 ounce, $13.96. Okay, when I bought the same thing in 2021, it was $8.94. Okay, the Cold Relief Effervescent 48 tablets, $5.54 today. In 2021, it was $4.92. And again, I'm not saying that all of these prices are, oh my goodness gracious, prices. Here's the gold medal all-purpose flour, $3.98 today. When I bought it in 2021, it was $2.98. Here's the homestyle chicken noodle soup today, 92 cents. And back in 2021, it was 76 cents. Again, not a, oh my goodness. Here's Libby's cut green beans today, 98 cents a can. It was 82 cents a can in 2021. Milk today, $4.33. It was $3.33 in 2021. Now, I will say milk is one of those things that's been going up and down and up and down. All right, here's Martha White self-rising yellow cornmeal mix, which we can hardly find the pure cornmeal here, but it's $3.77 for a 5-pound bag today. When I got it in 2021, it was $2.58 for a 5-pound bag. OJ, here's a gallon, 128 ounces today, $7.48. And this is regular grocery items. Here it is back in 2021, $3.98. That's quite an increase. Here is a bag of fresh Idaho potatoes, 5-pound bag. Today, $3.97. When I bought them in 2021, they were $2.94. Here's some Providone iodine, $8.68 for the McKesson brand, and that was, I think, 4 ounces, $8.68. In 2021, it was $6.59. Again, some of these are not huge increases. Here's sugar. Here's 4-pound bag, $3.24. 4-pound bag, $2.08 in 2021. And it just goes down the line. Here today is a 29-ounce great value tomato sauce, $1.48. In 2021, it was 94 cents. This just goes on down. White Lily all-purpose, 5-pound, $4.44. In 2021, it was $2.78. And I know it was these prices because I pulled these off of what I had bought. All right, I seem to always get a bit sidetracked. That I showed with those canned goods and all that I had just gotten, that's an example. Since I am in the way lower income bracket myself, I try to share, for obvious reasons, more how to be a prepper and still be in the really low income bracket. And I have only shared this a time or two, and it's not for, oh, bless her heart. I am not in bad shape because of what I'm fixing to tell you. I live on Social Security. And to help supplement my Social Security, I sometimes flip furniture. There's other things that I will do from time to time to help give me a little bit of extra income. But my Social Security is a whopping, and I'm being sarcastic, $844 a month after they take out my Medicare. But hey, I'm happy. I praise the Lord constantly for $844 a month. Why I say, please don't feel sorry for me, and this is not asking for anything. My double wide is paid for. My car is paid for. Yes, it's almost 20 years old, but it drives good. It gets me from point A to point B. Doesn't get good gas mileage, but I can't help that. I'm very, very blessed. And my mobile home is on family property. So I'm also blessed in that I don't have lot rent. I don't have these other things. So I truly am not saying, oh, bless her heart. No, I'm trying to encourage people that are in the same boat as me, but they may not be fortunate enough to have their home paid for and their car paid for and to live on some family property. So for you, do not give up. So there, I explained that. Now, that being said, I have been doing this for a while. I started realizing back in 2020, especially, I started seeing the writing on the wall, and me knowing about the Bible, I already knew that there's things in the Bible that tells about certain things happening. I'm going to say this, it may not make sense, but I'm hoping this is more of a depression thing that we're coming into, and maybe a little bit of instability, because if what we're fixing to go into, and I sadly think we are, is something biblical and maybe pre-tribulation, then nothing that we can do is going to really save us, because what's going to come is going to come. But I'm a person of faith. I'm going to keep doing what I feel I'm supposed to do. So if you're at a little bit higher bracket and have a little bit more money, then the next step up from the really inexpensive things at Walmart and Dollar Tree and Dollar General, check your other places where you can buy food. But let's bump it up a little bit. The initial investment on some of these, I happen to really like August Farms. And a lot of these will have up to 25 and even 30-year shelf life. And again, this is to give you an idea. And these prices change constantly. But here's sweet corn that's freeze-dried from August Farms. I paid $17.68 for it. July 22, $17.64 for it. And the potato shreds, they were just on sale. In fact, I ordered another one yesterday, $8.04, and today they're already not on sale. So forgive me for not saying earlier. Constantly check Amazon for August Farms, as well as some other places. Peas, $17.10. I didn't write a date on that. And vegetable stew, $15.56. That was December 2022. I grabbed vegetable stew twice. You can't fix certain things, as people in the White House should have already let y'all understand that. Here's dry milk. That's from August Farms. And once you get into the meat, I ain't gonna lie to you. Whenever you're buying this shelf life meat, and no matter who it's from, this is from Mountain House, the diced chicken. I bought it on sale for $42.90. At Amazon that was $42.90. Sadly, that was after I had already paid $54.99 on $316.23 for it. This is NutriStore. Let's see, $69.99. I think I also bought ground sausage. But this kind of stuff is going to be a lot more expensive for those of us with a really shallow pocket. Other meats that you might can store up on is the Keystone. Here again, it's not cheap, but neither is what we may face later. There's the chicken from Keystone. That's I think that was $9.22 as well. Here's other examples. My advice, depending on your funds, buy the best level food, the best grade food that you can afford. That being said, if you're like me and you're on a really low income, I'm just going to put it out there and say, I think it's irresponsible if your income is so low and you go immediately into buying like $50 and $60 and $70 and $80 and $100 buckets of meat because everyone tells you that's what you're supposed to do. That's a bit irresponsible. I'm just saying. Now, if you can afford it, by all means do it and set it aside. At a certain point, if you have to eat out of it and rotate out of it after you get a bulk of it, you need to eat out of it and make it a working pantry. And use the oldest first and put the newest back. Keep it rotating. That's what's called rotating. And just keep going. Another thing I do, and I just told you how much money I make, I do food pantries whenever I can, and farm shares. And there's no, people shouldn't be ashamed, because sometimes we need a little bit of help. There but for the grace of God go all of us. And there but for the grace of God, very possibly is going to go all of us before this is all over. That's why I'm hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. The best scenario that we can hope for is, like I said, a deep recession, possibly depression. But those we can come out of. But I don't know. You do you. I'm not going to try to convince anybody of anything. All right, back to the why I prep. I will be 69 in July. I've got no pretensions. I have no delusions that I am going to survive a Holocaust or a SHTF. I also just explained, out of $844 a month, if I can stretch a little bit now to buy some food that has gone up 25, 50, and sometimes even 100% in the last 3 years, then I'm going to try to stretch myself now to get food that later I won't be able to afford. So am I panic buying? No. No, no, no. And if you're a prepper and you're panic buying, you might want to ease up just a little bit, because that's not necessarily the way to go. But I'm buying now what I can afford to save me money later, is why I'm doing it. The other reason I did it is I've lived in places like Florida that has hurricanes. And there's times that power will go out, there'll be a storm, there'll be a flood, this, that, and the other. And this will come in handy. All your food that you're storing up you may need during a natural disaster, So it's not even about, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, shit's hitting the fan, we're all going to die. No, I'm not going to last through the apocalypse or some of this other stuff anyway. So you do you, especially those of you with children. Please do what you can for children, and reach out to even message me if you need to, and I will try to point you in the direction to where maybe you can get some help getting food. I don't know where you are, but I've offered to help. I can't help anybody, sadly, financially, but I'm very good with resources, as in telling you where to go and giving you some ideas. I'm very good with that. So, for those of y'all that may be teetering or just beginning a prepping journey, I hope this little old dinky video helped you somehow. And this goes so much deeper, but let's just get you started, okay? Without trying to overwhelm you. That first batch I showed, let something similar be your start. If that was only $26.78 or whatever it was, if you can afford $50, great. Do that. Do what you can do and just slowly do it. There's still some time right now. In fact, my prediction, and I'm not setting this prediction like I once was, I think that things are going to appear to be okay for a little while, based on our country. Now, with these people coming across borders and coming in that's not supposed to be here, or that are being helped in by, well, don't get me started on that, by natural events, I think things will look like they're kind of normal up until that little putting thing in a box, that's supposed to determine who is going to be in the great and the white and the house. I think things will look normal as possible, and until then. So, but that's just me. Do I have inside information? Absolutely not, except for the Bible. The Bible is my inside information. So, and speaking of that, I feel horrible. I did not have a verse ready. God loves you. He loves you so much, He sent His Son Jesus to die for you and for me. And if that's not love, there is no such thing as love. And for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him and believe in your heart shall not perish but have everlasting life. I will leave that with you, and that's the best thing that I can say. Love does trump all, but be prepared for one more day. So, love you guys. Take care. Bye.